Hi, the Pumpkin Professor. I love you. Hi, Evan. I love you. What's going on? A vibe. Yeah, I'm doing amazing. I've been really vibing out. Today I've been just writing a lot of music, basically. I've been marinating and relishing in all of my creativity and just kind of having it naturally unfold like a soft taco with black beans. The album's coming along really beautifully. This is not me singing, by the way. This is Jerry Hallowell. Mariah, you better stop. My whiskers. In my office, and I have like a futon. Oh no, what are they called? A fucking... Are they called a futon? Just things that are like couches that like turn into like beds. So I'm just laying on the floor, hippied out. Dolores, Stevie. Yeah, I'm writing songs about my Tennessee friends. Marta, the whole gang is here. Diana. Like, you know, audience. Like an audience perspective. So, yeah, it's pretty much, I can get emotional how perfect I think it's turning out. Like, it's probably the best I've ever written in my entire life. Like, there's just like words that are coming out of me that I haven't even heard me speak since I was like in high school, and just memories that were so beautiful that I kind of had buried that I'm like now having to share with the world in order to become the butterfly that I'm supposed to be. It's a vibe. It really is. There's nothing like it out there right now, and that's all I'm gonna say. Like, Adore has always beaten to her own drum. She really is helping me with everything. Like, I am her, she is me. We have found a sound that is ours, and no one can take it from us. And I will thank my dad when I win a Grammy one day, because he gave me my awesome music type. Like, he's such a good musical influence, and that's pretty much like, not all he's given, but something I've taken away in the positive process of just moving on in terms of like the relationship that I never really had in that part. So there's also beauty in finding things about like trauma and sad stuff and putting a bow on it. I mean, Party Monster said it best: throw some glitter on it and go dancing. Except some of this glitter needs to be washed off and dusted off and wet. It's a vibe. Oh my gosh, Chelsea's in here. Chelsea, you actually inspired me to get these. They turn different colors, but like your rooms, like Chelsea is one of like our best friends, and like we're always on FaceTime, and her like house is a vibe. Like she always has it lit. It's always beautiful. It's always just like puts you in the mood. So definitely inspired by Chelsea. I love this song too. I'm a Brit at heart. Like, I love the Australian guys, but I'm a Brit, honestly. I mean, they share the same queen. Where's Bye Bye Boy? I actually wrote... in it, and just... I know what to expect when it comes to intimacy in the future. I mean, I'm a born-again virgin. It's been like a year. But, like, it's been more than a year, actually. But, yeah, it's like there's nothing wrong with, like, celibacy or, like, abstinence. Like, that's the vibe right now. Like, ain't nobody trying to catch cooties. I mean, unless you're, like, living with somebody or have a regular booty call, then that's different. Like, the new, like, MySpace URL is, like, show me your test results for COVID. Like, I just want to know if I can sneeze on you and drool on that ass in the morning, you know? It's so that. Hi, aesthetic nerd. Fred McDonald, hi, I'll marry you, yes. Actually, I don't believe in marriage. I'm very Goldie Hawn with it. Like, I was live on TikTok. For those of you that don't follow me on TikTok, it's Adore Delano. I was live on there, and, like, somebody was like, okay, Goldie Hawn here, and I literally almost got emotional, because I'm obsessed with that human being, that angelic human being. I just want to live my life like her. Where's my Kurt Russell? And on top of it, like, I'm getting my cards read a lot, and, like, I know what the future holds for me because I know what I've been manifesting, and I know what's gonna happen. Like, I know the success that's about to happen, and it's always this feeling in my gut before something huge is about to happen, because there's, like, things that you guys don't even know, like, that are happening. Like, it may seem like I'm sitting on my ass, but, like, I always want to tweet in the morning, like, you really don't want to sleep on me right now. Because, like, not only am I sober, and is it over, but, like, yeah, like, there's a lot of things that are happening behind the, like, Oz curtain right now with creativity and just opportunity and just taking advantage of everything that's in my lap, that I don't know if you guys are going to be ready when it all just, like, hits your doorstep. Like, I feel like you're going to be like, what the fuck have you been, like, how have you been working on this? Sis, I've been working on this for over a year now. I'm just letting you know that. Like, when I was drinking even. Like, when I was on tour this past year in October, which we took high precautions, and we were standing meters away from each other during the meet and greet, which was highly ironic. I didn't know why there was a meet and greet to begin with, but a lot of you still wanted it. So we put it in there, and we took precaution, and everything was safe. I quarantined and everything in Dublin, one of my other second homes next to Manchester. You guys all know I'm a Canal Street girl. Satan's Hollow is my second home. But yeah, I've been working on it since, like, way before then, and I remember even being so stressed out about everything, like, while I was quarantined, just with the creatives, just finalizing everything on just making things beautiful and perfect, and, you know, with the lyrics and everything, like, I don't know, and with other stuff. There's a lot of things that I think you're going to be surprised about. You're probably going to be like, what the fuck? What is going on with her? Who does she think she is with these lights? Yeah, you can manifest anything. That's why I said I'm gonna thank my father when I win a Grammy. Just for like his music sense that he instilled in me. Like, we were talking the other day, my family and I, and they were like, what song did you take from your dad? And I was like, Big Balls by AC/DC. And we're like, Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin. Like, he was just super big on Queen and just like hair metal bands and like all that crazy stuff. Which is another like deep-rooted irony, because he wasn't really accepting, but really, really good on music. But yeah, thank you for being so sweet. No, but I did rewrite Play With My Hair. Like, what is it? When secrets come undone, will hearts be one? Pretty promises, you'll still be there. Don't speak, just play the way ocean like waves when your fingers are running through my hair. It's a really pretty like beginning. Like, it actually had like ocean waves like in the beginning. I probably will release it. The thing is like I was gonna release like unreleased music on OnlyFans, like, 'cause for those of you that know me, like, and let me just clear something about OnlyFans. Before Drag Race, I was a cam boy for years. Just didn't publicly, like, I mean, you can go look up my interviews. I'm sure I mentioned it a few times. I do not shame sex working. I had to do it. I do it. I use what my mom didn't give me all the time. Like, honestly, shake your bones until you, like, set off a fire alarm if you don't got junk in your trunk. And if you do have junk in your trunk, shake it all the way to the bank, bitch. But I've been... but anyway, I was gonna release it on OnlyFans, and I'm like, that's not fair. Like, you can't do that for, like, just people that are 18 and over. So I probably will record it in the studio and just release it on, like, SoundCloud, or, like, maybe, like, release it as, like, a EP, like, you know, like, unreleased Adore tracks, because Play With My Hair turned out beautiful. Like, the demo for that was beautiful. Like, it started out, it was so pretty. Like, yeah. When secrets come undone, will hearts be one? Pretty promises, you'll still be there. Don't speak, just fade away. Ocean like waves when your fingers running through my hair. If I told you it's because of me, would you stay or even good? It was so pretty. But yeah, we moved on. We're in a different place in our life. We're antisocial pterodactyls. Ratchet. I haven't watched the last 3 episodes of that show because I loved it so much, and I'm like, ugh, this is gonna be over, and I don't want to mourn right now. Like, I'm in a good place with, like, my, like, I don't know, my vibes. So I just don't want to, like, mourn a character right now. And then we know, like, Sabrina's, like, not coming back, so we're just like, bye, homegirl Brina. Like, never gonna see you again. Like, this is your bus stop. Like, off you go. This is your train station stop, bitch. Make sure you get a toasty. It's very that. My least favorite zodiac, if I have one. I don't really have one. Like, Libras are every sign. Like, it's hard to even... No, I don't really have one. I get along with everyone. Like, I feel like I get along with everyone, and I don't get along with everyone. Like, I've had people of every sign that I wanted to punch in the gun. Yeah, me and my new daughter in the future, my cat. Like, I need to know these things. So, I'm a Libra sun, Libra moon, Scorpio rising, Scorpio Venus. So I love like a Scorpio. And I'm perceived as a Scorpio by the public mostly because my rising is a Scorpio. So I don't have any qualms with that because Scorpios are bad bitches. And where I lack in Libra, I gain in girth with my Scorpio. So it's like Libra got the length, Scorpio's like, I'm here to like make it a vibe. Okay? So don't even. Free Britney, definitely. Scorpio rising. But it could be hard because I'm so emotional and like so catty. Like I get so emotional and so like I'm so like there for your feelings. I can get it. Like listen, I can eat Fruity Pebbles with you all day and cry over like the movie Terms of Endearment or Bridges Over Madison County. But like at the same time, I'm like, who directed this piece of shit? No, I'm sorry. No, like those movies are actually iconic. They're my favorite. I was just kidding. But I'm just giving you an example as like kind of like a vibe. Like I get very Scorpio sometimes. Like I'm very like, it's not that serious. It's not. Like stop being a Libra. And then like I'm crazy. Like I talk to myself. Like, there's nothing wrong with crazy. Like, we're embracing our beauty nowadays. But, like, I really physically talk to myself. And I feel like the person that speaks out to the inner me is the Scorpio. Because, like, before I used to call myself dumbass. And now I call myself babe. So I think I'm, like, really taking, like, pointers from Rue. And I think I'm learning to love myself. But, like, at the same time, like, the Scorpio me is so fucking catty. Like, if I'm like, oh, let's smoke a bowl. Like, the Scorpio me is like, no, bitch, sit the fuck down and get your goddamn work done first and wait until the sun is rising, you weirdo. Like, who do you think you are, a shaking bake fucking chicken? Because you're not shaking baking chicken, bitch. Get the fuck up. No, I'm not high. I'm bored and I have no friends, Bailey. Don't you dare come for my throat. I'm not a shake and bake bitch. And listen, get your shit done before you start the fucking day. I may or may not had a bowl about an hour ago though, but like that is neither here or there down the fucking yellow brick road. Okay? But like Listen. If I haven't smoked in the past hour, I am not stoned. Okay? But I'm here to say kind of try to rely on yourself. And then, you know, play with packing a bowl if you're of age. On top of it, like, think of yourself as the sundae. If you don't have all of the flavors in the bowl, there's no need to put the whipped cream on top. Get it together first, and then add the cherries, and then add the whipped cream, and then play with life. Because sometimes, bitch, I'll be adding whipped cream when I only got vanilla, and I don't even like vanilla. And I'm like, bitch, I can't eat whipped cream with vanilla. That just tastes like a fucking vanilla ball of whipped cream and vanilla. But, like, I need the chocolate, and I need my strawberry. My strawberry girls, where you at? Woo woo. I'm black cherry girl. Myself? Right, eh? I hate to say I even have it in my freezer, but I'm from Azusa, and there was a Rite Aid around the corner, and I grew up on that shit after fucking In-N-Out. We would, like, leave elementary school, and we would get, like, $5 gift certificates to In-N-Out. And In-N-Out was, like, owned by Jesus back then. They used to put, like, scriptures on the bottom of their, like, fries. Chick-fil-A. So I think they went over there, and then no, In-N-Out's like a cool girl. She's open on Sundays again. She's on Sunset Boulevard. She's open till 1 a.m. She knows the girls are stoners and like to, you know, walk there and just get their vibes. And they sell like buckets of soda, so they know that their customers are really like stoners. So thank you, Jesus, for selling In and Out to stoners, because I could not deal with it being closed on Sundays. I used to always crave it when it was closed, and it used to piss me off. Thank God I never jumped on the like Chick-fil-A bandwagon. I have to be honest. It's like that one artist that comes out with bops, but you're like, can't, you know? But like, does have good sauces. Like, I might just go just to get a blessed day and a sauce to dip it into my like animal style fries. I like when people say have a blessed day. Like, that makes me feel good. Like, bitch, please. Okay. I'm about to have the blessedest fucking day. Like, that makes you feel like, you know what? I am gonna have a fucking... You too. You have a fucking blessed day. Jesus, because it was always closed on Sundays, and it used to have Bible scripts on the bottom of their soda cups. I don't know if they still have them, but it used to be like, John the 13th, 74:20. And I'd be like, Mom, what's this? And my mom's like, what the fuck? Because my mom was like raised Jehovah's Witness, so she was very goth, like growing up. Like, she was like, I don't want crosses in my house, don't you fucking dare. So like, if we brought crosses because I wanted to be Madonna in the house, my mom would literally be like, give it back to wherever you got it. Like, she would never throw away like faithful paraphernalia, but she would be like, put it back to where you got that. My mom was very that. Sorry, girl, don't hate. A lot of our family members were born and raised Jehovah's. And run up because my hair stays up if you have a problem with it. She's very that to her kids. My mom used to tell us when we were like 13, you this is how I raised my kids. You be their best friends, but you always instill fear as the parent. They should never fucking talk back. You are the authority figure, and they should never disrespect you in front of company. My mom always would say that. And she'd be like, and if you disrespect me in front of company, she wouldn't beat me with a chancla. She would fucking just give me a look. Fucked. It's very that. My mom used to always say that you had it when we get home. Because I'd be like, Mom, can I have this troll? Like, if we'd be at Pick and Save or Big Lots or something like that. But like, my mom would be like, no, my mom would be like, no, you can't fucking have that. Because they used to have, like, really big trolls. And, like, my mom would never, like, buy me the big troll. And, like, I remember one time she was like, you've had it when we get home. And I was like, fuck, I have before. I'm so fucked. Sometimes when my mom was about to really raise hell, I used to make her laugh a lot. And she always says that. Like, that's like one of her things. Like, when I used to want to beat Danny's ass, I used to chase him around the house and he used to scream his fucking head off. Like, Ma! Like, I used to scream like, even if I knew I disrespected her, she would laugh. Because I'd be like, I would start screaming like Mary Catherine Gallagher from Superstar. You're horrible! And start like slamming everything. I had to fight for my seat. Shit. And I used to run up there, like, and I mean, like, I used to look like a Mac counter girl. Like, my face was beat. Like, I remember I was like 5'6", 5'7", and then over the summer, I don't know what the hell. I don't know if my mom was feeding me Wheaties, but I grew like 4 inches. I was like 5'10". I remember all the girls like, who the fuck is this? And I said, bitch, I'm no Camel Move. And like, I remember I used to just be like, I run shit now. Like, ain't nobody could tell me shit about my contour. We had no contour back then, bitch. But I'd be like, nobody can tell me about my America's Next Top Model eyeshadow. And like, this one guy, his name was Kellogg, and he used to try to like fuck with me. He was new to the school, and I threw paint on him because he called me the F word, because all I asked for was a piece of gum. And he said, not for your F word ass. And I said, oh, he doesn't know what school this is. I'm pretty fight. I'm fight pretty. And I mean, this is back when like the guys were all into FUBU and like Baby Fat. Oh, I don't know about Baby Fat, like Echo and FUBU and all that shit. But she was like one of those baller guys that listened to the fucking Boots and Leather. And I fucking threw my Boots and Fur on that ass, bitch. He had white fucking paint all over the FUBU. Then iconic Miss Strickland. She was such a hippie. Even when I was in trouble, she had my back. Stoner vibes, loved her to death. Art teacher, always told me that I was gonna make it. Always said that I was talented. Pointillism taught me everything I know about any type of art. Salvador Dali, any type of Frida Kahlo, all these vibes. She taught me everything I know about art. And I don't know that much, but Miss Strickland, you're everything. And made the students feel very special and very included. I remember like we would have like competitions, and she would have everybody paint an orange if like a mural would be on City Hall or something. That way, like when we get older, our names will be under the plaque. And right now, if you go to downtown Azusa, you can see my name under as all the class that we all shared. Like we would go early, because a lot of us come from like troubled families and troubled hoods, man. Like Azusa is very like eclectic when it comes to like kind of like subcultures of like where people grew up, and there are projects in the small little town and stuff. So we all kind of grew up in like not the best type of like situations. So she made us feel very special with early classes and just expressing ourselves through art, even though we were weirdos. But yeah, that time she had my back because Kellogg tried to kick my ass, and her hippie ass jumped the fuck up and said, "Stop it!" And I was like, bitch. And are not. And she over here was like, bitch, not on my watch. You ain't attacking the queer kids in my class. Like, you're new to this spot. Like, you may be in the semi-hood right now, but nah, not this one. She also probably knew that my brother, it was like about two doors down. My brother does not play. Speaking of, oh, poor Kellogg. Yeah, Kellogg got it. My brothers don't play, girl. Like, cause we used to always go party to like the thing is like back in the day, the punk movement kind of made like a Laguna tidal wave over LA. Like, we kind of had like cool revivals. I'm more of a distiller's girl, sorry. Love Brody Jail all day, every day. But yeah, Courtney Love is my lyrical vibe. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. So basically, we would go to backyard gigs. They were called. So basically, I was best friends with like either the girlfriends of every singer or guitar player in a band, or I was homies with the drummer or somebody like Panda. Rest in peace, Panda. The fun thing is that I don't know if I should. No, I'm not going to say that. My brother was known around the neighborhood for having my back. Let's just put it that way. And they knew that if they messed with me at school, then it was not safe for them in the fun parts of life. So they just had to make it easier, you know, because if they weren't afraid of my brother Frankie, they were definitely afraid of Hulk, my brother Ernie, who is basically the sweetest human you'll ever meet, but will kill for his family. So be careful. Literally, Ernie has like the biggest heart of gold. But will literally, like, he is the Hulk. Like, I've never seen him lose a fight. He can, like, probably lift up a car with one hand. Like, obsessed. Ultimate fighter. I keep telling him to get into some, like, MMA vibes because he's such a fighter, but, like, loves it and is just so good at the sport and just amazing. Amazing dads. My brothers are amazing dads. That's what I always say. I'm like, you know, a lot of people are always like praising me about like the things that I do in life or the things that I like, you know, take risks on or whatever. But like my brothers are really the ones that I look up to. They've maintained like normalcy and just remained like decent men and awesome like fucking dads. And they're raising beautiful kids, so that are accepting and like understand. So in the same way my mom did, like with the hood edge. Like, my mom was so, like, hood with it, but, like, so, like, aware. I don't know. I'm rambling. I don't have any friends. I do, but, like, I think I'm missing the physicality of life. Jerry Halliwell. I just don't want to get banned. Just standing a true Brit icon that shaped me to be the woman I am today. Hi, New Zealand. What's going on? I was just talking to my homie over there. I miss life too. What do you mean by love language? Like, they were talking about that last night, and I'm such a noob. Like, even for my own age group, like, they were mostly older than me, and I still don't know half the things that they're saying. Like, I'm just such a, like, what do you mean, like, love language? Hi, Canada. What part of Canada? What's up, England? Yes, I'm actually going to be posting Angel Baby videos. There's going to be a lot of iconic collabs that you guys are probably going to be shook by that we've been in talks for. Lots of cool shit. Alluding to YouTube, kind of like, I don't know. But we're definitely going to revive her. She's done her time. She's done her parole. She couldn't be a public figure for a while. She'll just explain it to you. Because it's a long story, and a lot of people think that, like, jail's glamorous, but It's not, based off of what she's told me. So a lot of people think it's glamorous. Like, a lot. So I just want you to know that she wants you to know that a lot of people think it's glamorous and that it's not, and to stay off these streets because people are cochinos. I think her exact words were. Oh, and if you don't know what cochino is, you're probably white. Sorry, I actually wrote it down on my lyric book. But that was a message from her earlier this morning when we were eating together. I haven't met Courtney Love, but she's been in my lives a couple of times, and I've talked to her. When I lived in Seattle, actually, when I first lived in Seattle, I got onto a live, and Francis used to frequent my lives, and Courtney came in, and I think they were both in the live, and I was just like, this is a vibe. Kept my cool because, like, I mean, she's an icon, but she deserves to be treated as a human. But, Courtney is definitely somebody who shaped a door in high school, for sure. Where am I? I'm in my drag room, aka my music room, aka my office, and I'm laying on my futon that I turn into a bed. Is it called a futon, right? The ones that, like, the college kids use? Yeah, the ones that turn into bed. So I put, like, all my, like, faux fur blankets on top of it, and it's very, like, I don't know. I've been just kind of meditating and vibing out and just letting my ancestors show me what my true meaning of life is lately. If I'm being quite honest. Taking signs for what they are and just letting things flow. Oh my god, speaking of, Chris was, like, showing me this, like, iconic, like, bubble furniture, this blow-up furniture that's, like, mixed with, like, wood, and I might have to jock it and steal it, because the OnlyFans content I can create with that, with baby oil, will be iconic. I'd be sliding. I'd be doing the crybaby without even trying. Like, I'll be just trying to be, like, keeping my balance doing the crybaby, bitch. Yo. Please adopt you. Let me adopt a cat first. I don't know if I want any kids, but I definitely want a girl if I do. Because, like, I feel like kids raise you. like, especially with, like, knowledge at their fingertips now. It's just, like, I don't know, man. I just gotta raise myself a bit more. But I do love my nieces and nephews. They're iconic. And watching them grow every month is iconic. My nephew's an absolute heaven-sent angel. Like, the most observant little angel in the world. Yeah, my nieces are fiery. They got my brother's fire. And they're beautiful. And kids are crazy. I just don't know if they're for me. It's just, like, the older I get, I'm like, maybe. But, like, I'm like, maybe not. Maybe never. If a puppy's too much for me, then a kid's definitely gonna be a vibe that I don't want to fuck with. Like, if I can't take care of a dog. What did Diana say? I feel like I might be ready for a kid in, like, 5 years. See, that's the vibe, Di. Like, I can see that for you because you're, like, a good mother already to 2, like, amazing doggies that are, like, children, and you have a gorgeous husband who loves you, and you basically already have, like, a cemented family that you're building on. So that would be stunning, and I would be glad to be a godmother. When I ever get a septum piercing, you see, the problem with that is I got my nose. Oh wait, should I say that? You know what? Who cares? I had plastic surgery. I've actually got my nose done, and the septum in the middle might be a little weird on the scar, in my opinion, just because I had an open face surgery. A lot of the Beverly Hills doctors actually didn't want to do an open face surgery, but I was very adamant about it because I wanted specific changes to the nose. I didn't want to look ski slopey. I wanted to keep my hump because I love Amy Winehouse. And I wanted my tip just to add a little cartilage to it because this side had cartilage and this side didn't. So what it gave the effect of was this. Even if it wasn't too crooked, it was still flat at the tip. So what he did was take some of the cartilage from the inside of here and just redirect it over here. And then he created kind of a ball at the tip. So if anything, I made my nose a kind of tiny bit bigger. Because, like, the tip just evens out and it just balls. So, from the angles, it's more straight as opposed to giving the effect of going that way for the lack of cartilage on the left side. Hi, Portugal. You want a nose job. You can't wait till you turn 18. Let me give you some advice. Do it for you. Don't do it because you see a magazine or see somebody that you look up to have plastic surgery. There's something that lived inside of me called dysmorphia as a kid. I did not know what that was. I did not know what gender identity was or language for it when I was even 15. I just thought I was a weirdo, and people used to call me very derogatory terms. One of them was RuPaul, which I took as a compliment, later on cashing into the bank. But I just want you to know that you should do it for yourself and not for anybody else. I do it because I felt like I was born in semi the wrong body. I feel like my face shouldn't have looked how it looked because I didn't identify with the way that I came off. I felt like even in high school, I wanted to give off a certain presence or a certain look, and I did everything that I wanted to do for me. Not because it was a standard of beauty that I thought was superior to anything else. It was just something that I felt inside just resonated towards my soul more. Like, even stuff like, I haven't done anything to my body, but I say yet because there are times where, you know, a year's time from now or even like a couple months from now, I can be evolutioning into something that's more say it like that because it's rare on the days, but when it happens, it gets really bad. But, yeah, I think I'm getting there. So just do it for you and your insides. Match yourself. And if you feel beautiful the way you are, that's because you're perfect the way you are. And if you don't, you can always grow into that. Like, you can always accept that as well. Plastic surgery is not always the way to go. I'm telling you right now, it's not glamorous. I mean, okay, you get opened on a table and you recover with bruises and you get talked about from the public like you're an insecure piece of shit, when some of the baddest bitches get plastic surgery because they know who they are and they know what the fuck accepted or recognized as a sister or a brother or a them there or just a companion and an angel and somebody to, like, you know, share stories with and similarities. We tear each other apart and kind of like ostracize each other into categories where we're all just under the same umbrella, to be honest. Like, we think that like society's bullshit. A lot of my sisters that are not serious. But at the same time, it is important to kind of instill in your friend groups in non-confrontational ways, to accept in a different way. And just kind of read the room and just know that every 10 years, there's a different culture change. And I don't know why everybody's so shocked when something different happens every 10 years. I can't call you a them, they, or I can't do this, or I don't want to learn the language. Babe, we're smart. We lived through change. We lived through having to change a lot of language and a lot of things to just, really bulk up and open our eyes. So I feel like, and that's with history, and that's what happened a little sooner. But it's like, okay, make it happen then. Help. Or try. Or just don't say anything. That is stunning. Like, just don't. I remember, you don't have to be you don't have to eggshell. That's the biggest misconception, I feel like. Even with dating a non-binary person like myself, or somebody who's gender non-conforming, that's the biggest misconception that we have, is that I do tend to attract a lot of bisexual guys, a lot of trans men, and a lot of gay guys, which is fine. I mean, I love everyone. Love is love. I mean, whatever. But it comes to a lot of discussions, especially with a serious person when it comes to myself, especially being sober. I can literally look in the mirror and be like, wow, bitch, you look like a string bean today. You better wear a crop top and rollerblade and let the world know. I was even on TikTok dancing to Cardi B. I learned every lick to that song. No one would know that because it's just not my vibe. People on TikTok were probably who is this little white boy? Because I am white passing. But it's I make fun of myself. I don't got an ass, bitch. And getting my money up and getting debt paid off and making sure that my mom is okay and my family is doing okay, and the wealth in that is health in my family and just my friends and the beauty that surrounds me and the manifestations that I protect with my crystals and my life and my love and my spirit guides and the help of my beautiful friend Chris that helps me with that all the time, and understanding that he has been really putting me keen on to opening my books again and just kind of redirecting my brain with my spiritual self and just opening all of that and being don't apologize. Be unapologetic. This is your world too. Think of it like this. My mom used to say a saying, to make fun of people, playing around and be like, oh, it's just their world, we live in it. If it's, somebody who thinks that they're the shit. We'll be watching a movie and there'll be, somebody, walking down, an alley. And they think that they fucking own the street. And my mom will be like, look at that bitch. Thinking she fucking, it's her world and we live in it. Period. The time is now. It's your world. Create it. I just live in it, girl. You may be a fan of mine, but this is your world. I'm in your world. This is your phone that you're on right now. I'm in your brain. These are your thoughts. You can easily click out of here and go somewhere else if you didn't like what I was saying, but you choose to be in here and you're vibing, and this is your world. Now, dance. Dance. And regarding deep, but like, I do want to say this really quick, just because I've struggled with my weight all my entire life. And it's because I do have a problem with food sometimes. And I notice it's when I have projects, or when I get into professional mode, if I'm shooting for, like, if it's, say, a movie, or if it's like a TV show, or if it's like a campaign, or anything like that, I get into really strict pop star mode. I just want you guys to know that I do eat very well. I get very strict on my diets when it comes to, like, eating the same thing. And I have that mental kind of OCD thing to where, like, if I like something since childhood, I'll keep eating and eating it. So, like, I can live off of cottage cheese, Lay's chips, and salads, and vegan sandwiches. And when I say that, I get vegan cheese, veganese, I get spicy pickles. I can show you them in my fridge right now. They're spicy pickles. I ate them all almost. But add that vibe. The only reason why I do that is because I eat a lot of chips, like cheese chips, and I'm not really big on dairy. So if I'm gonna eat an entire family bag of chips, we have to balance that out with a vegan fucking sandwich. Even if we do have the carbs on the bread, we need fat for our bodies regardless. So I do weigh that out. I'm not saying that that's for everybody. Don't do that, girl. That's not even like a vibe. I'm talking pop star mode. Like, I have to, like, vibe. That's how my brain works. I just get very, when I compartmentalize my brain and when I start filing my brain down, my body just naturally does it. Like, I just naturally go into just eat less fast food. Just know what you're putting into your body. I've been taking a lot of vitamins because I am vegetarian now for almost April is going to be 5 years. So my bones are weak, and I do rollerblade and skate again now because I think I'm 15. But take care of your body and take your vitamins and eat your fats because you need your proteins and your fats regardless. I did lose, you guys, it doesn't matter how much weight I've lost, okay? I was just having this discussion with my brother, and he was just like, whoa, like, what do you do? So I broke it down for him, but I did lose weight. I'm aware of that. I've seen a lot of comments about my weight. So, I have been eating, for those of you that have been asking. That's all I'm just saying. I'm healthy. I'm just... I just don't eat prime pizza every single day. And that's fine if you do, but that's what happens to my body when I do. And this is what happens when I eat it every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Not on the weekdays. It's just a natural thing that happens. So, again, not pushing diets on anybody. Eat the way the fuck you eat. Look the way the fuck you look. And fuck the world. Like I said, it's your world. They're living in it. But I did want to address that because I don't really talk about my weight a lot because I did suffer from eating disorders when I was younger, growing up in the business. Let's keep it real. I always say 18 because that's when people knew who my name was, but I was doing TV at 15 years old. That comes with not therapy, but I'm sure they'll bring that up in therapy when I start going because I am going to be going to therapy soon. But I have just been talking about it with my family and stuff. some language can be very, very triggering or very like fucked for kids, especially back then. We didn't have language or like expression like how you guys do nowadays. Like, we just had to take it on the chin if somebody said that we looked disgusting or we were overweight, or if I had to lose 10 pounds when I wasn't eating for like a couple of weeks. Like, that's not something you tell kids in their teens. Like, you can't say that. And I'm glad that we have like that shift right now. But that's something that really fucked with me when I was younger. Like, was the Disney auditions, was the typecasting my ethnicity, was typecasting my femininity, was typecasting, you know, the way that I looked, like rough around the edges or ethnic, or looked a little like they wanted a surfer, but they wanted them to be a little, you know, like, so you learn these things about yourself when you're younger. You don't think about it when you're from a small town because everybody's just not accepting, but we're all not in the business. So we're not kind of dissecting our differences, you know, and I don't blame them totally, because it's like they have to do that and that's their job, but they don't have to deliver it that way. Like, I was discussing with Clubhouse last night that there was a lot of trauma that went into American Idol, and it is going to go into my book that I'm writing. That not writing right now, but I'm going to start writing a book within the next near future that's going to be talking about all my experiences growing up in the industry, whether that's, you know, auditions or things that a lot of people didn't see when I had that period of time just living with my mom, figuring things out, you know, having to do things for money that were really looked down upon at the time and now celebrated. I really would love to talk about that. But yeah, I was just talking about how it's traumatizing to I was 19, I think, almost 20. But I was just like, disgusting. Like, was it 20 or 21? I don't even know, girl, but I was like, holy shit, like, what am I? Like, what do you, like, what? Like, I killed Prince, and you're asking, what am I? Like, that's weird. That's weird. You should not do that to kids. Well, especially with this new direction, I wanna be my authentic self, and I want like the younger generation to see, like, whoa, like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, there's no pop star like that right now, and I feel like it's gonna happen for me, and I feel like I'm kind of scared, because this happens all the time. Like, this happens when something big, I can't even believe I'm doing this on live, but it's like, this happens when things happen in my life and I just feel it, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm excited for the studio, and I'm excited for you guys to see the opportunities that have been knocking on my doors, and I'm excited to share it with the world, and I love you guys. And I didn't think I was gonna get emotional with that, but I just think of like the young kids auditioning right now, and I'm hoping that the language is changed, because I'm too sensitive for that. That's why I stick to writing music, dude. I stick to writing my little stripper Rocky blues, because that's all I know. I'm a stripper, I'm a rocker, and I'm a blues singer. And I'm a pop star. I have a VMA. Thank you, Taylor. You guys take care of yourselves. Don't confuse these tears for being sad or relishing on that. I cry for the generation behind me, not for myself. I don't feel sorry for myself. Look at me. Are you kidding me? Look at are you kidding me? if I showed my 15-year-old self where I'm at right now and what I look like, and I mean, like, with this haircut and looking cool as fuck, because this is the same vibe I had when I was that age. Like, what I look like, this whole, like, vibe that I have behind me, the music that I just finished writing, I'm very proud of myself. Like, this is icon. Like, the music and the lyrics are fucking disgusting. Like, I did that. And I should pat the fucking ass out of myself on the back. Because, yeah, I think everybody should talk about themselves like that. And that's not being cocky. That's just me learning how to love myself again. And I remember I would just, like, write things and just, like, shut it and, like, put it under, you know, the pillow, or come up with a melody and, like, revisit it in a couple of days and be like, that was so dumb. Now I'm like, no, that wasn't dumb. Why did that speak to you? Why were you crying when you heard him play that riff on that guitar? Why were you crying? Talk about it. Why were you crying? So then we start talking about it. Then we start unleash, like, and then beauty starts unfolding. Or why does this make I'm not a sweet eater at all. Like, I don't eat sweets, but when I write stuff, like when I write, I love eating candy. I don't know what it is, but Red Vines reminds me of Miss Summers in 3rd grade, because we would always, like, I don't know, but I got a big ass tub of Red Vines. They helped me write. I got all the favorite reds of the Starburst, and I got my fruit snacks, and I got my peanut lovers chocolate. Got the M&Ms. I got the Twix. Yeah, Twix. What else is in here? Oh yeah, M&Ms, Snickers, and Twix. Girl, I don't play. So, I haven't been playing lately. Really, truly. It's been a vibe. And, yeah. So, I love you. I feel like I'm just rambling now. Yeah. I hope I'm if anything, I'm not, like Chris was saying, like, he's not a role model or anything. I really love what he says. Like, he's a cautionary tale. Like, Chris said that. And I really resonate with that. Like, honestly, and if anything, I want to be a success story. I want us all to be a success story, because we are. So, if you're watching this and you live in a little town, like, you even would think, they're not even gonna think it's a little town because it's considered LA County. But then it's, like, next to West Covina and Glendora, and if they only knew that these are such small little towns that I would never get picked out of a lineup. I would never, ever make it. Bitch. Lie. That's a lie. That's a whole goddamn lie. Even if this isn't my own yet, I thank Taylor Swift for making my little Britney heart flutter. Cause bitch, ew. Bitch, look who's crip walking with the VMA in her hand, bitch. Are you fucking kidding me? You have to be kidding. You have to be kidding. And I'm gonna keep it real before I go. I didn't want to accept that, to be honest. I remember, like, and I didn't know why. I remember, like, I gave it to my mom, and I remember I was like, here, Mom, you could just have that, and whatever. And my mom was like, really? Like, you always wanted a VMA, like, your whole life, kind of vibe. And I was just like, no, it's because it's not mine. Like, and I remember, like, I got super stoned and, like, kind of emotional, and I was like, one day, man. But then I started thinking, because I was going to my mom's house a little more, and I kept looking at it, and I kept having dreams. And then I went back, and I was like, you need that in your house. Why is it at your mom's house where you grew up? Like, that's supposed to be where your manifestation happens, you weirdo fuck. So I went, Mom, I didn't mean to like have my Selena Quintanilla Perez moment. While she accept the Grammys to take it back from you, but I need it. 'Cause, yeah. So if you have things that you think will help you with your manifestations, surround yourself with them. You know? I mean, I wouldn't be saying take no hair from somebody you got a crush on and shit. Like, don't be doing that shit. Alright? But really, surround yourself with shit that you want one day. 'Cause I'm gonna play this shit back when I win mine.